Swallows, for Laura and Sophia. One day in October, the swallows were suddenly gone, and so was I. 1. I step out of a valley carved by an old river and into the desert. Which way? I asked the prophet with a lazy eye. Which, where dry leaves drift, burning, erasing the places we passed, the signposts. Children forget their parents. Woman whose name I don't remember. This dog bites. Her music was so sorrowful with beauty, the fingertip veil of an idea, irreparable length of one's life, in the body of a terminal stranger, oneself opalescent, shimmering and trailing the bride white gown of its coffin. She lay under the perule with the wind entangled in its arms and smoke from sandalwood. She suffered the sting of the flower. Her body held on to its heat, and the sun went down like a ship on fire. There's rest in change and rest in letting the lightning steer. The dry bed of the river forks and veers away as if looking for you in a desert. Some hold on to each other and won't let go even after breath is gone. 2. Shouldn't you be finished being dead? Remember to return to where knowing remembers before knowing memory knows. Ah, but you do. You know. We are, you and I, one word, drifting aloft, auroral and soft, a man and woman whose compass whirled once around the world and stopped. Lift me with the animal inside, rising and twisting in its shell. 3. Raspberries, cold in the icy morning, shine in the gauzy mist. One swollen, I gently loose, letting it wet my fingers. Crimson, leave the pale ones on the vine, letting this stalk fall back in the weft of ferns, wet smell, and ether from the pines. The magic in her nearness, so delicate, perfect. Raspberries, embers red, darkening in my hand. 4. The world has left a note inside my sleeping, but I am not ready to wake. I am not ready to leave this clarity behind, nor willing to come down from the mountain. Perhaps I will come when I have something to say that is as beautiful as this wind that strums the pine it passes through. 5. The caress of your fingers through air, a blessing, as it was at the beginning of the world, when there was yet no you, no paths to follow. At each crossroad, each station and checkpoint where we pause to consider our love, only the delicate dice of your fingers. 6. Clarity turns out to be an invisible form of sadness. I journeyed to cities and continents following swallows. The lights of the boats illuminate in lavenders and lilacs, the left and right banks casting drift nets of shadows from magnolias and mimosas across the gray facades, revealing smooth stone and black lacy iron across bridges. Rapid streets and slower alleys converge and reach back to the sound of chiming dishes, animated talk and sirens, windows of silver ocean perch, blue mussels, lemons. Everywhere the smell of wine, perfumes, wet cobblestones, brass and white marble. If the city seems clear, it may be because the air is cool and motionless while the metro sends vibrations through the air. Pedestrians bid for the streets with cars. The book stalls sell the best literature in the West, the worst. Straight buildings and even streets, or even streets and cobbled alleys, leaning each into each like friendly drakers. Time past and time present are swallows, curved and linear. The arching note of a clarinet slurs just inside the mouth of the metro. 7. Locusts whined in the dust, then left their delicate shells on the elms, and singing departed. Holding one up to the fading light, I did not see how beautiful your song. Then nothing remained but songs, like nothing remains, like stones that suffer the same sun each day, the same cold. I had one to sing to my lover, to her naked, death-infested body, one to her tear-smeared face in my lap, and one to sing against a ceiling of beliefs. The city in its crisis of color, magnolias bloom and the sun aligns with the windows of the cathedral, each flying buttress itself a stroke of time, keeping perfect shadows, thunderhead blue vaulting the blonde fields and the shudder of thunder receding. Inside, the air's cold remembrance, a smell like the soil of March or ether and grass after gusting rain. Letting go of the past, the mirrored arcades with their columns of rain. The past yet still present in her tangled sheets, as if wandering in passages through her body, open doors in empty rooms, subways, finding in her caught in branches of rain the webs of memory echoing in the subterranean, traveling through her, wondering if I am dust, or if she is dust, and darkness its song of opalescence, showering down in the ether. I fling myself, scatter myself on broken bones beside her, joined like two stones joined to make one arch, one tributary moment, infinitely receding, opening, vanishing.